Perfect.
All right, I'm Caitlin Strobel, and I'm the CEO of Allywatch. And we are revolutionizing how you care for your aging loved ones. We have created a smartwatch application that not only detects falls, but also monitors seniors' heart rate, fall detection, location, and activity tracking. All right, my clicker's not working.
We said, look.
We're good, okay. So, over the past few months, we've been validation junkies, and throughout this pitch, I'm going to take you on a journey of how we've gotten to this point. Okay, this really, do I point it somewhere? I'm sorry. Okay. So this is my grandmother. 4 years ago, my grandfather passed away, and my grandma is 82 years old and lives at home alone. And my family was constantly worried about her. She had fallen a couple of times, and my dad was driving an hour and a half to her house just to check on her. All right. Sorry, it skipped ahead. Okay, so the very first thing that I set out to do is I really wanted to understand and empathize with the pain in the market. So I spent 3 weeks across 3 assisted living centers, and I shadowed them. Throughout this process, I was able to do 43 different interviews. And the biggest thing that I found was, while this is a $467 billion industry, there was still so much pain that wasn't being solved. And first, from the seniors' perspective, they really wanted a strong desire to be independent. They were ashamed of the emergency lanyards that they had to wear, and they wanted a solution that made them feel empowered. The next thing that I did is I interviewed 20 separate families. And the biggest takeaway that I had from them is they were interested in in-home solutions. The next thing that I did is I conducted a survey, and of the 320 responses, the average pain rating was a 41 out of 50, and that willingness to pay on average was $257 just to solve this pain. Here are some of the notable comments that they said. So they were worried about falls, distance. They felt like current solutions were too expensive, and overwhelmingly, they were just physically not aware of the problems that their loved ones were facing. The communication was not there. So I went and updated my lean canvas. I had my problem, my customer segments, and I knew that my unique value proposition based on all these interviews had to include some form of monitoring. It had to have clear communication between the seniors, the family members, and their medical care providers, and it needed to be a solution that empowered the seniors. So I did a rough prototype, started my solution. Basically the concept of it was there was a video monitoring that tracked their activities. We had sensors on the fridge to see if they'd eaten, sensors on their medication to see if they'd taken it, sensors on the bath mat to see if they'd gotten out of the shower safely. And I went and I presented this to 111 people. And they hated it. Overwhelmingly, they felt like the solution was too invasive, too costly, and just too complicated for them to adopt. So it was, of course, back to the drawing board. And based on the feedback that I had from those 111 people, I pivoted to a single wearable IoT solution that could basically do all those same things, except for it was on one device. So I went back to my lean canvas, and the very first thing I did was get a really good understanding of the competitive landscape. So based on the competitors in the industry, many of them had spent hundreds of thousands of dollars developing their own customizable hardware. However, the customers felt like their hardware was unreliable and they couldn't trust it. So instead of developing my own, the next pivot that I had was to develop on the Apple Watch. They had everything that I needed, heart rate sensing, an accelerometer, and they had spent $200 million validating and doing development on the product, so I knew that it was reliable for the seniors. The next thing that I did is I created a mock prototype of an iPhone application and a smartwatch application, and I took that to the local Senior Expo, which is basically a local conference where thousands of seniors and their families go looking for solutions. So while I was there, I was able to interview 102 people, show them my prototype, have them interact with it, and they loved it. In fact, 97% of them said that the product resonated with them. They gave it an 8.9 out of 10 WOW score, and of the 67 seniors that we interviewed, 52 signed up to be beta users. We went to our lean canvas, updated our solution and our customer segments, but we still needed to target our channels, our high-level concept, and our revenue streams. So at this expo, I also conducted a pricing analysis and A/B tests of sorts. So I had one option where the hardware and the software was bundled in a package provided by us, and the other option where they purchased their own hardware and we provided the software. And I found that our revenue maximizing price was $41 for just the software, so we weren't going to provide the hardware for that. And people say that they'll buy things all the time, but I wanted to know if they really would. So I conducted a Google AdWords test. So I set up a landing page. I had all of my product specifications, the price that we were willing to target at, and all of the specifications as far as the feature set. And I directed AdWords to it, and we got 6,000 clicks and a 13% conversion rate, which is really high for the industry, and we were really excited about that. The next thing that we did is we did 2 separate focus groups to really focus on our high-level concept and figure out our go-to-market strategy. So we talked to 14 people, we had done all of this validation, and they did a really good job of just helping us summarize what our unique proposition was. And they also helped us figure out what our go-to-market strategy would be, how we were going to position the product in the marketplace, and the channels that we were going to use, which was that most of them looked for options. Most of the family members that were looking for options were searching online and through the App Store. So updated the lean canvas. We really had our high-level concept of being the smart life alert. We knew that our channels were online and through the App Store, and that our revenue streams were month to month. But again, we still had a lot of validation to do.
So at this point, we had some hypotheses surrounding our key metrics and our cost structure, but we were also looking for something that would set us apart and really give us an unfair advantage in this space. So we went to the Aging 2.0 conference in San Francisco. While we were there, we interviewed dozens of industry leaders. We presented our project to them, our product. But what really set this experience apart was we talked with 50 of our direct competitors face to face. We asked them questions about their sourcing, their channels, their distribution, pricing, their products. We really got a lot of great insights from this experience. And what we did, or what we realized, is that this concept of fall detection in a smartwatch was something that was both patentable and something that would really set us apart. So shortly after, we started the process of applying for a provisional patent. We also were able to refine from those conversations our key metrics and our cost structure. So we had done a ton of validation at this point, but we hadn't yet developed a product. So what we did is we took the next couple of months or so to develop fully working prototypes of the Apple Watch app, the iPhone application, as well as the backend systems to make this entire thing work. And we currently have a fully functioning prototype.
So just in summary for you guys, we've conducted over 350 interviews. We've been to 18 different care centers, have 431 survey responses, talked to 97 industry leaders, including 50 of our competitors. We've done 9 different tests and have done all of this for under $1,400. So this is our team, and we're Allywatch. Thank you.
So we do Q&A right now, right?
Great, well thank you. So I did have a question, and you kind of ran out of time at the end, so I just wanted to clarify what is your actual solution at this point? Because you talked about, pivoting and starting to use the Apple Watch platform, but then you mentioned this new patent around the fall detection. So where are you going? What's the actual solution you're thinking of commercializing at this point?
Yeah, so what we've developed right now is a smartwatch application that has fall detection algorithm patented inside of it, and then it also monitors your heart rate. It has location sensing. It also has reminder, like built-in medicine reminders, and just different features. And that is communicated to the family members via an iPhone application and a web application. And then also there's a call center that will, if any problems or anything arises, will send medical support.
Is the watch itself tied to a voice over IP phone service, or does it just go through the traditional watch itself service, or is there a special line to you, like a hotline, or is it just a call number?
So from one of the senior expo we went to, we actually talked with Sprint, and we're working on a partnership with them to handle all the data transferring. But we also have our own backend systems that stores all the heart rate data and such, and generates alerts for the family members, and that will kind of distribute it out via notification in the smart.
As for the call center though, so that's outsourced completely by a third party. So there's like call centers will do it all for us, and then it's automatically on the smartwatch. There's no buttons you have to press or anything.
Where did you end up on your business model pricing, and how do you, is it a freemium? Do you give it away with services that upgrade, or do you sell it?
No, so the final pricing validation that we received was about $40 a month. And so it would be a subscription-based model to have the application for the senior, and then as many family members can download their iPhone application with that subscription.
have you partnered to use the data itself rather than, I mean, you're obviously using the data to generate alerts and numbers, but I'm thinking of companies like Doc AI and others that don't necessarily have an entry point into gathering this data. They don't have a device. Have you made any partnerships or in all the places that you were pitching and things that you speak with any?
Yeah, we were able to speak with a lot of people who were suggesting that we sell the data as well, and we're interested in that. They're really interested in seeing how our beta tests go, and then we're doing a soft launch in March and kind of seeing what kind of analytics we get back, and then we can further partnerships from there.
When you guys went to the conference, do you have any data on how many people that are in this age group that are at risk of falling actually wear smartwatches?
When we went to the Aging 2.0 conference,
Or do you just have any data on that at all? Like this demographic that you're targeting, how many of them actually currently wear smartwatches?
so not a lot of them currently wear smartwatches, but wearable technology in the senior space is not new. For the past 15 years, LifeAlert has been very prevalent in the industry. But one of the things that we found is that seniors often felt like they were being demoralized by wearing this medical equipment, but using smartwatch applications and using technology that their grandchildren or their sons or daughters are using helps make them feel inclusive, empowered, and kind of has that connection point. And so there's not, from the people that we've talked to, they've really enjoyed this experience, and there's not really the barrier to entry because they're used to wearing products already.